So for example 3, we need to rearrange a formula so we can get what we need. See, the perimeter of a square, wouldn't you just add up all 4 sides of a square? And we had a problem like that just on the previous lesson, right? Or on the assignment. And we know that, but couldn't we just take the one side, right, and times it by 4? In fact, that's how most of you did that. So that's the formula for finding perimeter of a square. It would be 4 times the length of one side. Can you rearrange P equals 4s to get the s by itself? I'm highlighting the s in red there, at least I'm making it stand out. We want to get this all by itself. So we're going to ask ourselves one very simple question. Ladies and gentlemen, do I need to move that 4 away from the s to get the s by itself? Yes or no? So what is the 4 doing? So what is the 4 doing to the s though? It's multiplying. So how do we get rid of anything that's multiplying? Yes, divide both sides by 4. So now that I've divided 4 by 4, that cancels it. And then as you guys were telling me while I had it paused, you said, hey, we've got to do the same thing to P over here. But Mr. Tate, there's no number up here for P. I know, that's fine. Just let the P stand exactly where it is. If I'm dividing this side by 4 to get that 4 away from the S, just go through and complete it on this side. So we're left with S equals P divided by 4, or you could write it like this, P divided by 4 equals S. I really don't care if you put the S on the left side or you keep it on the right side. It's your choice, but we have rearranged that formula. So now if I'm like, hey, I have the perimeter of a square, can you get me how long each side is? Well, yeah, just take the perimeter and what? Divide it by 4. And it makes sense. But now look at this right here. Let's just rearrange A equals W minus 5. We have no idea what this formula is. Is it area? I don't think so, is it? It doesn't look like area. But this is A equals W minus 5. Please isolate the W to get it by itself. So that's what we need by itself. What's the 5 doing with the W, folks? Subtracting. What do we always do? Don't we turn it into like add the opposite, keep change, right? So we've turned that into adding the opposite right there. And now let me ask you this. How do I get rid of any addition equation? I would just add the opposite. What's the opposite of negative 5? Positive 5. And so now we'll just add 5 to A. Now we don't know what A is, so there's not going to be any adding. We just have to show that it's adding. So you could write 5 plus A, but I usually like to write what's on top first. So I'm going to write A, and then I'm going to write plus 5 off to the side right here. Drop the equal sign down, and then we could pull the W down just like this. And if it bugs anybody about having this W over here on the right side all by itself, you could just rewrite the whole formula. W equals A plus 5. So either one of these would be appropriate.